Hey YouTube, it's Monica, and today I'm going to answer a question I get all the time. How do you do it all? Spoiler alert, I don't do it all. That's the secret. And once you realize that you don't have to do it all, your life is going to change. Once you realize that you're not the only person in the house, everything's going to get easier. You don't realize it, but you have little people in the house that can actually be helpful. And even if they're not helpful right now, if you start teaching them to be helpful pretty soon, before you know it, you're going to be shocked. They're actually kind of helpful. So in my home, I started having my son sweep under the area where he eats breakfast and eats most of his snacks and makes a big mess. And at first, he did a bad job. And it lasted a while, and it's like this process, little by little. They don't have to do it perfect at first. At least that's the way I approach things. But little by little, I just get them to do it better and better. Now on the weekends, for an hour, the whole family, that's how we do it. It could just be you and the kids, whatever. We clean for an hour. And those kids clean. At first, I would catch them, messing around, and there's various ways that you can encourage them to actually do what they're supposed to do. But they clean, and they really clean. I'll give them a spray bottle with vinegar, and they'll clean the mirrors, and they'll clean the doors, and they can sweep reasonably well. They can vacuum. They certainly can clean their own rooms. They can take out bathroom trash pretty easily. Even little kids, you can start training them to help, and they're not going to be good when they're little, and when they first start, they will get better. Now you might think, hey, that's not going to make my life easier. That's going to make my life harder because my kids are going to do a really bad job, and then I'm just going to have to watch them and then tell them how to do it, and then I'm going to have to go do it myself. No, you're not. You need a reality check because you can't do it all, right? You're not doing it all. You're not. So just let them do a bad job at what they're doing. Like, pick something that would be nice if it got done but doesn't maybe have to get done. Like, for example, that sweeping in that area doesn't have to happen every day, right? Like in our home. And maybe the stuff that has to get done, like the dishes, for me, I'm like, I would just rather do it. So I did that, and then I had my kids do the things that would be nice, but they weren't essential. So pick something like that, right? Like pick something like watering some plants or whatever. You need to train them into the notion that they are members of the family and that they are going to help. And after a while, you're going to realize they are making a difference. They are helping. So while it might seem harder at first, pretty soon it's actually going to make your life easier. You're going to be surprised and you're going to thank me. So yeah, whenever you find yourself overwhelmed and you're thinking, I can't do it all, I can't get to everything, just say, hey, wait a minute. Now's the time to delegate something else to somebody else, because your job isn't to get it all done. Your job is to make sure it all gets done. Those are different things, right? Your job is to be the manager and to make sure things get done. Your job isn't to do it all yourself. So that's what you have to do if you ever have those overwhelmed moments that are happening daily. Then it's time for you to delegate something to somebody else. And eventually things are going to get easier. Now there is another component about getting it all done that I wanted to talk to you about, and it's in your head. It's this idea that you have to get it all done. That's a really hard idea for a lot of people, because a lot of people feel like I have to get it done. And I think you need to just stop and get a little perspective, because when I think about it, I get emotional because my son's 11. I feel like he was 2 years old a month ago. In 7 years, he'll be a grown man. I mean, my daughter's 8. You put that all into perspective, it's crazy. So you need to say, hey, wait a minute. My priority is having a loving relationship with my kids, to teach them how to work and just be happy about it, to teach them how to brush things off that bother them, right? And to be happy people, basically. And along the way, I want to educate them. I want to feed them well. But I just have a little perspective. I mean, you even with the education stuff, you're going to educate them. It's not as hard as it seems. You just keep plugging away and they're going to be intelligent people, right? If you're watching this channel, you are interested in doing a good job. And I think that is the first thing that's necessary, and the main thing that's necessary to do a good job is just wanting to. And if you just keep thinking about it, you keep plugging away, you keep trying different things, you're going to do a good job. So the most important thing is to love your kids, cherish this time with them, and don't let it slip by and have day after day after day where you're yelling at them because they didn't do their chores exactly right and you just super grouchy all the time. Try to be upbeat, try to be lighthearted, try to teach them to be lighthearted. There's so much hardship in life. There's so many crappy things that happen to all of us, that happen to kids, kids being mean to other kids. Teach them to be lighthearted. Teach them to blow things off like it's not a big deal. That's what's important, okay? Don't get super bogged down in like, oh, my laundry's not done, my dishes aren't done. Plug away at it. If you're super overwhelmed and things are crazy, say, okay, kids, 20 minutes, we're all gonna clean. We're all gonna clean. Or you're gonna say, hey guys, we're all gonna clean until this place looks like reasonable. And you'll feel better, right? But just don't worry about making everything perfect. Life's not perfect. You're not perfect. Your kids aren't perfect. Your neighbor's kids aren't perfect. The kids going to the local public school aren't perfect. And your friends' kids who go to a private school, they're not perfect either. So stop trying to be perfect and have the right mentality about it. And also remember, hey, you have helpers. That's all I have on that for now. If you haven't done so already, please follow me on YouTube. If you like this video, please click thumbs up and please share it with your friends. In the meantime, happy homeschooling and have a great day.